Oh, good morning. You must be James. I'm Beth Cartwright. Please call me Beth. Now, as this is your first tutorial since you started on the Scandinavia Studies course, I'd like to find out something about you. Why did you decide to take this course? Well, my mother is Danish, and although we always live in England, she used to talk about her home a lot, and that made me want to visit Denmark. We hardly ever did, though my mother usually went on her own. But whenever her relations or friends were in England, they always came to see us. I see. So I assume you already speak Danish, one of the languages you will be studying. I can get by when I talk to people, though I'm not terribly accurate. Now you probably know that you will spend the third year of course abroad. Have you have you had any thoughts about that? I'm really looking forward to it, and although Denmark seems the obvious place to go, because my family connections, I'd love to spend the time in Iceland. Oh, I'm sure it can be arranged. Do you have any plans for when you graduate? A lot of students go on to take a master's degree. I think the 4 years of undergraduate course will be enough for me. I'm interested in journalism, and I quite like the idea of moving to Scandinavia and writing for magazines. I find that more creative than translating, which I suppose most graduates do. Okay, now, how are you finding the courses you are taking this term, James? Well, I really enjoying the one on Swedish cinema that will continue next term, but the one on Scandinavia literature that's running at the moment will be replaced by more specialized courses. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in watching Danish television programs, there's going to be a course on that the term after next. That sounds good. Have you started thinking about the literature paper that you have to write in the next few years? In the next few weeks? Yes, my first choice would be to do something about would be some would be to do something on Icelandic sagas. Mm, the trouble with this the trouble with that is that a lot of people choose that topic, and it can be difficult hold to get hold of the books we will need. Why not leave that for another time? Right. You might find modern novels or 19th century playwrights interesting. I've read I've read or seen several plays in translation, so that would be a good idea. Fine. I will put you down for that topic. Right. So, what would you what would you advise me to aim at in the paper? First, I suggest you avoid taking one writer and going into a great deal of detail. That approach certainly had its place, but I think you first need to get an understanding of the literature in the context of society in which is was produced, who it, who it was written for, how it was published, and so on. I also think that's more fruitful than placing it within the history the history of genre. Okay, that sounds reasonable. Could I ask for some advice about writing the paper I'm working on about the Vikings? I have to do that this week and am a bit stuck. Of course. Have you decided yet what to write about? No, I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology. Well, what I suggest is that you read an assignment a study wrote last year, which is kept in the library. It's short and well focused, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful. I will give you the details in a moment. Textbooks usually cover many topics. It can be very difficult to choose just one. Okay, I've got a DVD, a film about Vikings that came out early this year. Should I watch that again? If it's the one I'm thinking of, I'd ignore it. It's more fantasy. It's more fantasy than reality. But I've got a recording of a documentary that you should watch. It makes some interesting and provocative points, which I think will help you to focus your topic. Right. So then should I work out an outline? Yes. Just headings for different sections at this stage. And then you should start looking for suitable articles and books to draw on and take notes which you organize according to those headings. I see. Then put short phrases and sentences as bullet points under each heading. Make sure that the skeleton makes sense and flows properly before writing up a paper in full. Okay, thanks. That's very helpful.